Thank you, Meredith. That was beautiful. And I shall not want is when I am living in a state where all of my needs, desires, hopes, and dreams are manifest. Do you understand that? What a great space to be in, huh? All right. You know, during the month of June, we're talking about making our dreams a new reality, and Spirit just gave me a little bit of different topics for us to go over this month. And the one today is so much fun for me. So I share with you my truth and what I know to be true based on my journey and my walk. So, you ready?
Ready.
Okay. We are living in a world of spirit and where energetic laws operate. They govern our lives. And the one law I wanted to open with is the law of giving and receiving. That which you give shall return to you in like kind and measure. And we all know that law, giving and receiving. So if we want more time, we give more time. If we want more love, we give more love. If we want more money, we give more money. See, giving and receiving, it's easy, yes? No problem. This keeps us in the flow. It lets us participate in every aspect. So, we want more awareness of God. We give God more awareness. Greater God awareness comes into us. So, this is a beautiful spiritual experience that we have. But how do we move that God awareness into matter? Many of you know the experience of touching God and feeling so elevated and so high and so wonderful and so amazing, and yet you go out in the day and in 10 minutes, an hour, 3 hours, you're screaming at somebody. You've left that state of bliss, that state of knowing, and now you're angry at this or that, or you're upset or something hasn't happened, and ugh. And so the world of matter becomes separate from that world that you knew in meditation, that world that you knew. Do you all understand? So one of the goals that I personally have always striven for, sought to attain, and put effort toward, is how do I bring that awareness into the daily workings of my material world. So that's what we're going to talk about today. Energy and matter. The balance of energy and matter. That's the beautiful symmetry that I think we all need to come to. So, you want more love, want more money, you give more money. You want more money, you give more money. So I will give you now the key to prosperity. Here's the key to prosperity. Pay your bills. And pay your bills in honor, love, and respect, because they're your bills. You incur them at some level. You receive something for them. Someone didn't arbitrarily say, give me money. You bought something, you lived, you enjoyed. Respect and love the money you give out. And respect and love will come with the money that comes to you. So if you just want to be prosperous, pay your bills. That's your key. Say thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Now, if you want to learn to manifest, the whole game shifts. Manifesting is energy becoming matter. Manifesting is that which becomes matter becomes without the direct line of labor. You know, most of the things that we create in our world, there's a line of exertion and labor. We have a desire, we work toward it, we build it, it is energy invested, it becomes, right? Manifesting is desire, energy, manifest. Matter. There's this beautiful thing that occurs when the desire is met by energies that magnetically draw the greater to you. And so it's not an equal giving and receiving. It's a desire, greater, manifest. And this is when we include God in our matter formula. We can have God in greater awareness, but to have God in the matter formula, we have to take some more steps. Say, okay, this is getting fun.
Okay.
All right. When you are a manifester, matter appears that does not match the energy that you exerted. That's when you're a manifester. You are including God in your world. So key to prosperity, honor your bills and pay them. The key to manifesting is partnering with God. So I'm going to tell you how to partner with God. Are you ready? And choose to do it or choose not to. If you are enjoying exactly what you want right now, then you're in your perfect place. If you have the perfect relationship with God and you are exactly where you need to be, that's where you need to be. If everything is flowing the way you want it to flow, sometimes you want to work hard for your stuff. You realize that? Sometimes you want to say, God, no, I'm going to do this myself. So whatever you're working on, wherever you are, is perfect for you. But this is my world. Cindy's world. Partnering with God begins with divine mind. Accessing and partnering with divine mind. This is when you say, my mind is connected with God mind. I am willing to think outside the inventory of thoughts that keep me in this circle. I'm willing to open to something greater that I don't even understand, bypass my logic. Divine mind. When I first started in metaphysics, there was an affirmation that they used all the time. This is 100 years ago. And you may have heard it may be obsolete at this point. The mind that was in Jesus Christ is in me now. Think of that mind. Knowing God, how to manifest matter, that's a pretty powerful thing. The mind that was in Jesus Christ is in me now. But the idea that I'm open to divine mind, it allows me to expect thoughts that are outside my inventory, and it makes me seek greater. If I'm connected with divine mind, don't I seek people that can inspire me? Don't I pick up a book and read it about divine thoughts? Don't I start reaching for things that have greater possibilities to them? And am I not listening when I get that slight urge, that slight idea to do something differently? How many understand divine mind? And how many follow that divine mind? Okay. We've got more that listen and follow. I hear and I follow. Okay. So this is partnering with God now. The other aspect is divine presence. Divine presence. And this basically happens in meditation. It could happen on those rare moments when you're out and you're seeing a sunset and you feel the presence of God, but primarily it's meditation. Don't squirm yet. Meditation is when you surrender to the presence of God to move through you and you become one with the love, the energy, the thought, and the consciousness of God. And you have to surrender agenda. You have to surrender agenda. We're so guided by our agendas. You have to surrender that to go into the space of meditation where you just feel. So the presence lets you touch the consciousness of God. Now, do you think you'll be able to partner with God when you can feel that energy going through? All right. How many understand what I'm talking about? Okay. How many do it? Oh, more. We got a little bit of that, but more do than don't. Okay. So we've got two, divine mind and divine presence. And notice that takes care of your thoughts, your love, your beingness. Right? But what are we trying to do? Manifest. Manifest, which means we're creating matter. The third aspect is the divine in matter. The divine in matter. We try to bring that beautiful energy of God into our relationships, don't you? I know that when you're looking at your lover and you're upset with them, I know you say in your heart, they're a child of God. And I know you say, God loves this person. And I know you say, they're so good inside. I may still yell at them, but they're so good inside. Don't you try to bring that awareness in that moment? Okay. We need to bring that awareness also into the state of physicality, into the state of our matter. All right? When God is in matter, you become a manifester. So, we live in a world that has material stuff galore. We have food and clothing and houses and pleasure. And our world is very complicated in this state of matter. Do you love the chairs you're sitting on? Do you love the property and the building that we're in? Do you love all this matter around you? Yes, you do. And as Edwin coined the phrase, what is the coin of the realm in matter? Money. Money is the coin of the realm. Until we have mastered matter, until we are so into the manifestation from the ethers of the divine to the physical reality, until we can do that, create a building, create an apple, create by desire, boom, it's there. Until we have mastered that, we live in the coin of the realm, which is money. How many are uncomfortable now? Wiggle in your chair. It's okay. It's money. So, everyone that speaks to me, that speaks of the lottery, says repeatedly, if I win the lottery, I'm going to give money to help everybody in need. I'm going to freely give money to help everybody in need. And I think that's what a gracious thing to do. Why not pray for the people in need? Why not send love to the people in need? And everyone will say to me, well, yeah, that's good too, but money makes it happen. Okay. We immediately acknowledge that money is the coin of the realm. Well, I will tell you this as a manifester. When I am partnering with God and I send a prayer, whatever that person needs in manifest will come to them. So my prayer for help of people in dire straits, when my prayer of love for people being challenged, because God is partnering with me, matter moves to come to them to bring them what they need. Why do you think you call and ask for prayer? Because you have manifestors praying for you. And when you partner with God, there is no barrier between you and the coin in the realm. It is one. And yet we still honor it, don't we? Yes, we love the coin of the realm. We love it. The Georgia Power needs it. The grocery store wants it. The farmer needs it. We love this. It's a beautiful exchange that we've created in our society that says, thank you for what you've done for me. I will give you this and you can go buy what you need. And I will give what I need and you'll give me this for what I need. And there's this beautiful moment of energy exchange. That's all it is. It's energy exchange. Yet in our human mind, we have taken it and we have said it is more valuable than energy exchange. It is more sacred than energy exchange. And it's more important than energy exchange. And God, get your hands off my money. Because you didn't have anything to do with it. And that's backwards, isn't it? That's the opposite of it. So, your prayer as a manifester is as powerful as the dollars and cents that you might put in someone's hands, but still put it in their hands. If you're guided to give that way, you give that way. You do what you're guided to do because you're partnering with God. And sometimes reaching someone with that dollar is what they needed. They needed that coin in their hand. Are y'all hearing it? Is it blurring into oneness yet? That's the intention. All right. All right. So, as a manifester, we know that the matter will come. We include God in matter. And this is the idea of tithing that has been brought forth in the ancient teachings. And it's in the Genesis, like chapter 2 or 3, from the beginning of the exit from the garden. It's all the way through the ancient teachings. Unfortunately, it was presented as a law, and it was presented as not a partnering with God. It was presented as a way of sustaining me, sustaining this religion that you have, sustaining the faith that you have, which is taking this idea and putting it down into simply the coin of the realm. But it is about partnering and including God in your matter. So, when you acknowledge that what has come to you is greater than you of yourself could have created, especially our income, because remember, it's exchange of energy. Energy has come to me that's greater than I could have created. The concept is to take a portion of that and give it back to spirit in a way that preserves, enhances, enlightens, and allows spirit to be present in this third dimensional reality. You understand? Repeat that? Okay. We are giving the spirit back, because you'll say, God doesn't need my money. I know. God is all things. God is your money. So, let's get the difficult part going. If I am walking and partnering with God and I am blessed with prosperity according to the realm, if I give a portion of that back to something that inspires me and keeps me connected with God in the world, something that keeps the idea of God visible for me, something that keeps the idea in this third dimensional reality, I give that back so it can be sustained. It can be sustained. I have released that back to honoring God. Greater comes to me, I give greater. Greater comes to me, I give greater. Do you see? And I'm in the circle. Bringing God into the manifest. If I honor God in my manifest, I give God to manifest. Not because they're my God, but because it has inspired me. So metaphysically we say you give, you tithe, you honor your partnership with God where you're spiritually fed. You tithe where you're spiritually fed. And you have to say, am I fed there, am I not fed there? And what I tithe to, I'm aligning my energy with. And I'm saying this represents what is true for me. And I'm partnering with God and aligning with that vibration. If you tithe because your church says to tithe, you are acting as an obedient servant to that faith. You are not partnering with God. That's why, how often do I teach tithing? Spirit asked me to teach this because 10 years ago, in June of 2008, I released the book, Manifesting Made Easy. It was all about tithing, and it was all about the powerful relationship you could create with God. And as I remember the book, it's very small, In that book, I spend so much time trying to find common ground with everyone. Hey, I know you feel this way. How about that? Hey, you probably feel this way. How about that? There's so much energy of me saying, guys, come on. Hey, this could make you feel so much better. You know what? There may be no common ground between us. And that's perfectly fine. Because today I speak my truth to you. Do what you want. Do what you feel. You see? Most people, when you talk about tithing, they say, oh, I gotta go. We've lost members on those rare occasions when we do a tithing service. We have lost people. They have run out the door and we don't see them again. Because in metaphysics, you're free to do whatever you want. And you're still free to do whatever you want. But the idea that someone has access to my money, no. So I want to share a scripture with you. Spirit asked me to share this with you. I may be a wee bit out of order, but why not? Jesus is teaching. This is in chapter 107. And people, they're saying what you're doing is good, but they're seeing him at a lower level. So he says this. Men seem to think it quite a favor done to me when they confess their faith in me and in the Holy Christ. Oh, I'm going to agree with you. Okay. What does it matter to me as a man if you believe or disbelieve? As a man, I do not care. I'm telling you about God. I'm doing the job God asked me to do. And then he said, faith is not something you can buy with a coin. It's not something you can sell. Once, a beggar followed me and said, give me a silver piece and I will believe in you. Now, we go, I'm glad I wasn't that beggar, don't you? But how often do we treat God that way? God, I need some money. And I need my rent paid, and I need blah, blah, blah. You do that for me, and I will be good to you. I'll go to church for a couple times. I'll put an offering in the basket, and I promise I'll be good to you. And they do it, and it happens. And then they're begging on the street again. Because they did not learn relationship. You see? And as metaphysical Christians, we probably don't do that, do we? No. No. We seek God daily. We seek that communion daily. We seek that spiritual oneness. But even metaphysical Christians are afraid of committing bounty to spirit. They're afraid of the financial commitment to spirit. And in tithing, that's 10%. Set your own percentage. Partner with God. Set your percentage. But be committed to it. Be committed to it. Be committed to it. You see? All right. Good story, yes?
Yes.
All right. I acknowledge and I invest my energy in sustaining the frequency of God, and that reminds me of God, and I acknowledge God in my world. I acknowledge God in my world. All right. When I was young, I've always partnered with God. When I was little, young, sweet baby, I partnered with God. And I was probably in debt a couple $1,000s. And I would walk around with at least $3,000 in tithe in my checking account, waiting for God to tell me where to put it. The thought of paying my bills would have been horrendous to me. That's how much I wanted to partner with God. Life was still somewhat difficult for me in those days because I hadn't learned that partnering with God also means I get to ask for stuff. Partnering with God means I get to manifest. I was still young enough to think I want, because I love God, I'm giving it because I love God. I want to be one with God. But that, we can create together had not hit me. And when it did, it hasn't stopped. It hasn't stopped. You have little because you ask for little. When you're a partner with God and you get at this plateau of complacency, you forget to ask for the greater, don't you? You forget to ask for, what's my next step? Here I am. You're my partner? Let's do this. We forget that part too. So it is about transcending this frequency of letting matter become so important that we forget that God is in every detail of it. Okay. All right. Energy and matter are actually one. You can pray for money. It may come. You can pray for answers. It may be money. You can stay in the flow and ask for miracles to happen, and they may come financially or they may come from someone else as a gift to you, as something in the material world that binds you. When we are partnering with God, we accept this greater energy that comes without trying to define it. And we don't say, excuse me, God, that wasn't what I asked for. We don't say that, do we? We say, thank you, show me what I need to learn here, and I'm asking for even greater. Show me what I'm missing, teach me even more. All I have is God's, and all God has is mine. Do you realize that? All I have is God's, and all God has is mine. I, at my young age, have had an opportunity to put to rest the material possessions of several people who have crossed over. All that they fought for, all that they held on to, all that they thought was more valuable than life itself, went into a dumpster, or to a Goodwill sale, or to, it meant nothing to the world. Meant nothing. And they stood on the other side watching everything go, going, yeah, okay. Realizing for the first time that energy, love, and God is all there is. Realizing for the first time that everything they clung to validate their presence meant nothing to those that they left behind. And I think in that moment we actually go in our hearts, oh man, I'll do it different next time. Put me in. Put me back in, God. I'm going to love energy. I'm going to create with energy. I'm not going to be afraid to take chances. I'm just going to be bold and out there and daring. And then we're born. And we're born into a mindset that is familiar to us. And it's old. And we start our journey of struggle again. Forgetting God. Forgetting God is a part of all that is. And we are taught from the moment we come into this world of the third dimensional reality The coin of the realm is where the value is. We're taught that. And that's good. Enjoy that. Be with that. But put God in it. God is a part of that coin. God's a part of that coin. God's my prosperity. God's a part of me. And think about partnering with God. Sound easy? Yeah. Anyone who has started to tithe on any level, any commitment they've made, never misses the money. Never. They never miss the money. Because there's this beautiful flow that comes back to them. It's like, oh my God, it's amazing. It comes back. It's so amazing. And then they wonder why they didn't. And some people who start to tithe in order to become a manifester, I want to be a manifester. So let me tithe for a little bit, see what happens. And so they tithe and things start flowing and it's beautiful and it's amazing and things start moving too fast and it's too much. Plateau, please. Stop tithing. Stop connecting with God. Enjoying the matter that I've created at this point. This is a great plateau. And then the crunch starts and they start being unhappy again. And things start falling a little bit, and they wonder why they're unhappy again, and they've forgotten how they manifested that in the first place. And it actually takes an outside voice to say to them, do you remember when you were living and scrubbing it in that little apartment? Oh yeah, I did. Do you remember when you didn't include God in your stuff? Oh, I guess I did include God for a while. Yeah, I think that might be why you got there. Maybe. Up and down, up and down, up and down. We have this beautiful mind that can edit so quickly the good. So partnering with God is a focus and a daily process. It's not something you can do for a little while and skate on through. It's focused and daily. So that is my truth for you. And so as we go in to anchor in all the wonderful wisdom that has been shared today, I'm going to ask you just to be where you are. I don't care. It doesn't matter to me. It doesn't matter to me. And I will tell you this, guys, from my heart. This church is 28 years old. We're small. We're small. Do you know when we don't have enough money? Have you ever heard me say, pass that basket again, we need to pay the mortgage? No. Never. Ever. And we have had those months. And you know what we do? We say, God, we got to make the mortgage. God is our source. And we, as the council and as the ministers, turn to Spirit. I've always turned to Spirit. Even to this day, when things happen and Bonnie gives me the monthly total, it's like, how did that happen? Oh my God. Thank you, God. It's a miracle. It's a miracle that we have enough to pay our bills, because I have no idea how it's happening, but it happens because we trust Spirit. We trust Spirit. God is our source. So let's go within. Put your feet on the floor. And just breathe. Feel that beautiful love of God coming over you. And see the color of the column of light that envelops you. And let it just lift you up just a little bit. Just a little bit. And just begin to feel your world, the matter in your world, the vibration of energy in your world, and all the matter in your world, and everything that's moving in your world. And I want you to feel the comfort of it. You're comfortable there. It's comfortable for you. Even if it's uncomfortable, it's familiar, therefore it's okay. Feel it. And I want you to hear these words. Child of God, you are the Creator. God love flows to you where you are, sustaining all that you desire. You may stay where you are for 1,000 years. It does not matter. You are loved. You are loved. And I want you to breathe in that beautiful acceptance. Right where I am good. Right where I am I am God's child. And now from your heart, if there's anything that you would like to lighten up or change in this spectrum that you see, take a breath of God love, move it through your heart, and send it to that energy you want to change. Just take a breath and send it out. Feel lighter. Feel that you are lifted now. And feel the wonder of using God energy through your heart. All God has is yours, when all you have is God's. And just take a moment to look around and see if there is anything that keeps you from that, the knowing of God, the partnering with God. And just again, take a breath of God love and send it to any blocks that you want to move. And now feel your beautiful higher self, that beautiful Christ I am, descending within your body, quickening in this space so you become alive and you're bright and you're shining and you are divine. Your divine nature is present. And feel that in this space, even the spectrum of your life melts and you are only love, light, God consciousness. I am God's child, in whom He is well pleased. And this is the energy we want to bring back into your body this morning. So take a breath and bring that beautiful divine I am light, I am God's child, back into the physical body, back into the chair that you're sitting on. Feel your feet on the floor. And feel I am ready to walk in matter with new eyes. I am God's child, in whom He is well pleased. Take a breath. You say, thank you, God. And when you're ready, you can gently open your eyes. How do you feel? Marvelous. All right. You're God's child. Whatever you choose is fabulous. Whatever you choose is fabulous. Do you feel empowered?
Yes.
Okay. All right, say, yay, God.
Yay, God.